headed north on the county road here, and we just entered the Turkey Hollow area, so we've got tracks to the left and to the right. And we've got to go a little further, and our property will be up here on the left. Beautiful area. We're extremely close to the National Forest. It's within about a quarter mile to the east. Nice timber. It was named Turkey Hollow because of all the turkeys that the guys have seen out here, although you will find a ton of white-tailed deer as well. Okay. So we are looking at tract 20. I just saw tract 18. You'll see the power line crosses over, so tract 20 does have power on site. It's got good county road frontage here, and it's got a private driveway that goes back in, and we're gonna drive that driveway that I just drove past. Okay, so this is tract 20 on the left as I stare at the dust we just kicked up. So direct frontage, let the dust clear a little bit. Direct frontage on the county road on its east side. I don't have the survey map, but it's several hundred feet of frontage. And then this is the private driveway that we'll pull right into. You will see all kinds of good timber on this property. Immediately you'll start seeing timber. And we noticed when we were out here, there are some very nice walnut trees by the building sites and whatnot on this east side. Some very large walnut trees. There's a walnut there, which is huge. As you know, if you've watched any of our videos, once the property's been paid for in full, you can cut the timber, you can harvest it, you can use it for firewood, once it's been paid for in full. So while you're making payments, you cannot do that. Although we do make exceptions for building sites and whatnot, you just have to contact us for any details on that and give you an exception in writing. We'll stop here and we'll hop out and take a look at this. Just parked the truck. We're not too far off the county road. It's about 150 feet to the east. And here's the power line crossing directly over the property. And from where I am standing, I can see at least 20 walnut trees, some of which are very large. There's a huge walnut tree right there. Got the power line here. And I believe just over this way, we've got an old in-ground cistern. See if I can find it here. There are deer trails all over in deer beds. There's the cistern. So this has got a huge concrete base. And then if you look inside, really hard to see, but there's some junk down in there, but there is water. So there may be some type of underground spring. Oftentimes they would build this cistern where there was a spring. But, I mean, we have no idea if this is going to be usable. It certainly needs to be cleaned out to be usable. But it also tells you there was some type of homestead here. There's some type of little structure there. I mean, this is just utterly gorgeous. So private. To find a property with this much county road frontage, and also this private, is really pretty unique. Now this is interesting. This is some type of old concrete foundation. And there's actually a metal pipe buried down in the ground there. Some animals using that as a shelter, but you can see the outlines. So there was something going on here for sure. Really interesting. Feel free to come check it out. The thing that impresses me is all these walnut trees. Again, you can't cut this timber until the property's been paid for in full. But at that point, I mean, there's quite a bit of walnut here, and they're only getting bigger. You'll find oak trees and hickories and pine and cedar and all that good stuff as well, but the walnut trees are one of the big bonuses. Let's walk up to the west and check this out. Ryan's doing a drone video so we can look at this from the air. This property was leased out for a while or under contract, I'm not sure, so we'll probably see part of an old campsite here. That's interesting. Structure that someone was building. I can hear the drone up in the air. Oh, and this is gorgeous. Look at this. You can pull right in here. Someone has cleaned and manicured this. That is something. We've got dozens of pine trees, some big cedar trees. This is amazing. Wow, really, really cool. What a place to come and camp or potentially build your home. This is going to have the standard property covenants in place as far as the setback from the road. This site here is well beyond the setback, so you're good to go. The 600 square foot minimum foundation size, concrete foundation. So when you do build your home or cabin, it's got to be at least 600 square feet. This apparently was a pond at some point, and it needs to be cleaned out because it's not holding water. But it looks like there's enough runoff probably to keep water in this. It just might need to be repacked. Interesting. Definitely check out the drone video on this because this is a big tract. This might be the largest tract at Turkey Hollow, and there is a lot to see on this one. Another open area over there. You can hear the drone off in the distance. And this trail, apparently this just heads west. The land is sloping up very gradually. And we have got so many pine trees and cedar trees. And I won't go all the way up here, but feel free to come and bring your four-wheeler or your hiking boots or your side-by-side and have some fun out here. I mean, this looks like a really good trail. Looks like we got some older piles of debris, some metal there. Pretty common on an old building site. Now we're getting into hardwood timber. So now we've got oaks and hickories. I see little trails going off everywhere. Gorgeous. We're only about maybe 5 miles out of Birch Tree, Missouri, which only puts us, I mean, once you're in Birch Tree, you're only 6 or 7 miles from Mountain View, Missouri, which has the Walmart. So that's handy. A lot of nice little towns in this area, though. So I don't have the map right with me, so I don't know if this trail has meandered one way or the other. But it continues on to the west, and then it looks like it levels off. And you can check the topo map to see just how this sits. There's the drone right above us. Special property. I don't think we've ever had one quite like this. This size and this existing site, the power directly on site. I mean, you're just kind of ready to go on this tract. Very close to the national forest, but not bordering it directly. So I mean, you do have some privacy there. Take a look at the maps to check this all out, but yeah, this is a special one. No signs of any recent logging out here, which is great. Other than possibly for the roads and sites and whatnot. But you'll find some nice mature timber here, including those walnut trees, which are fantastic. So InstantAcres.com for more details. You can give us a call in the office, or you can shoot us an email at sales@instantacres.com. If this one's gone, we'll try to hook you up with another spectacular property here in the beautiful Ozarks.